everyone. Welcome back to this week's episode of the Aesala campaign. Um, so, last we had left off our players, which Sean will hopefully be joining us momentarily. They were on a ship, getting close to Obra, when they run into a blockade of about 4 other ships off in the distance. And that's where we left off with our players. So everyone, you guys see these ships. What do you guys do, if anything?
Wouldn't it be in our best interest to just follow the lead of the captain?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were talking about paying people off before we left port, so they're gonna know if we're gonna have problems here or not.
So you see the captain kind of analyzing the ship, trying to figure out who's on, who seems to be the captain of the Armada in front of them, and everyone's on the deck, correct?
Yeah.
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 You all see an astral projection appear in the center. Captain Emily, it's been a while. You see a human woman, very, very pirate dressed, but very much gives a projection of power and also an uncomfortable level of sexual confidence. Like finger holding their pant out and everything, just kind of glaring at each one at the captain of the ship, Emily. So, last time we met, you sunk my ship. Do I sink yours or take it? You see the captain kind of bites her lip. I don't appreciate what you're insinuating, Samantha. I was doing my duty. Yeah, we all go clean sooner or later, right? But 1 versus 4, that's usually the odds you prefer, isn't it? So what do you want? I want your ship. You sunk my lead ship. I stole a new one. Now I want yours. Simple, easy. Or I sink you. Do you guys have anything to say to this?
What is there for us to say? Last time I interrupted her talking, I got yelled at. So...
You don't yell it, actually.
If I could I turn to like Tobias, the swashbuckler I was talking to last time?
Correct.
Hey,
yes.
Who is that? Should we be concerned about that?
Let's call it the Captain's X.
Ah, wink and just kind of cross my arms to keep looking. Are we gonna die?
50-50.
Nah,
Not usually chances I like.
that's also fair. So, are we gonna like fight them?
Either we're gonna fight them or run.
Alright, fair enough.
If we're gonna run, hopefully we can outspeed at least the small ones. If we're gonna fight, I have a feeling we're gonna be taking one of these ships.
Do you guys have like cannons or something on here? Like,
Well, of course.
so can we just like patoo, like sink them?
There's one problem with that. I'm sure you'll find out here in a minute.
Okay.
Sam goes, so, you don't surrender in the next minute. Well, you know what happens. Au revoir, lovies. And the astral projection fades. Captain kind of starts rubbing her face. God, why does it have to be complicated being at sea. So, men, are we fighting? Are we running? Because if we're running, we need to turn real fast. If we're fighting, we'll get the cannons loaded quickly. We at least need to sink one of the little ones.
You're the captain, aren't you?
I'm not a tyrant. I don't
Give
sacrifice my
your
men's
orders.
lives.
Give your orders. This is. Yeah. I use my flying carpet. I just get on the flying carpet.
I take slight offense. I will never sacrifice my men's lives without their consent. That is cruel. What leader would I be?
One that is making a personal vendetta between you and your frickin' fiance or whoever the hell it is affect your crew and the guests on your ship.
Nobody's perfect.
I can see that.
You guys suddenly hear a shot ring out and pierce one of the sails. And you see about a 2-inch hole appear in the sail.
I'm going to quickly try to get up to that hole.
I grab the bottom edge of the sail on my flying carpet and I cast mending.
Yeah. Yep. Men's back.
Never mind then.
If we're running, let's go.
Are we running,
Issue
men?
your commands.
Where
I am
do I put my
about to
dice?
captain this ship. I swear to God.
Where do I
I
put
mean,
my dice?
where the fuck are we going if we're running?
We're gonna loop. Hopefully, either get to the tip of Aesala or go around the long way to Obra. Those are about our options. I mean, we could also loop backwards, go to Clea, and hope the rest of the pirates don't decide to join up with her. So,
Alright.
If you don't want the rest of the pirates to join up with her, your best bet is to fight. But obviously, I kind of agree with you, unless everybody else agrees. No point in risking unnecessary lives.
I lost my dice.
I'm fine with whatever.
I lost my dice. Where did my dice go? There's my dice.
We will
Success.
fight with you, Captain, though, if you do choose to fight.
Well then, let's loop hard right. See if we can take out the small one before the other three can react. Make them seem like we're running. Kind of a little bait and switch.
Sounds like fun.
How far away are these ships again?
They're about... I'm trying to remember how nautical miles work because I'm big dumb. They're about quite a couple miles away from you guys now. You can just see them in sight.
Okay.
So they are forever away from us.
Oh yeah, like you guys have time to react.
How did that cannon fire that far if they're several miles out?
That was a pistol shot.
Bad news.
Anyone who gets that reference. Cyrus knew exactly what I was saying.
Let's say that.
Let's just say this bitch is not to be dealt with. I wish I had brought back Raven for this specific reason.
Ah,
Alright. So, who's helping armaments? Who is helping navigation?
Freak would probably be helping navigation, as survival is my highest stat, and so is perception.
I will help below deck in case we receive cannon fire. I want to be able to mend any damage.
Alright. What's everybody else doing?
V's probably up top, helping moving sails, making sure we're on the right course. I don't know what that would set under, and potentially if we get boarded, he wants to be up there just to be ready.
Yeah,
Same, that's
up
kind of the
top.
reason Freak's staying up there if we get boarded.
I'll move shit
Uh,
around.
Uh,
Just tell me what to move.
And T, inspiration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not much I can do.
I mean, I'll do whatever needs doing on the deck until, enemies get within range. Then I can conceivably start casting spells or intercepting borders due to my ability to fly. And I just don't want to be trapped below deck if this ship starts going under.
Valid. Alright. So, first and foremost, Cyrus, give me a d20 roll, please.
D20. Those exist.
Those
Oh.
do exist.
Lovely.
Oh
Oh
no.
boy.
A 1.
Oh,
Big numero uno.
no.
Cool.
Off to a good start.
You get shot 7 times.
That was my deck save for the fireball they're throwing at us.
No, that is how fast you guys are going.
Perfect.
Great.
1.
While this is going on, can I cast, I want to ritual cast Detect Magic below deck. See if there's anything magical that sort of sticks out down there.
Yes. 10 minutes, correct?
10 minutes for it to go off if I'm ritual casting it.
Got it. All right. So the rest of you start preparing. So I'm gonna. Do you know what my chaos demon can do this? Roll me a d100.
Bro.
69.
Hey.
Jesus.
What is
Hog.
happening? What is
Our
happening?
brand.
Do you know what? With that, the wind is at your backs towards them, so it's working for you against them.
Woohoo!
Just because
Nice.
Pog. Spoiler alert: if you had rolled anything below a 20, there was going to be an incoming storm.
Oh.
Oh. Lovely.
But if he had
I rolled
rolled
the
a
best
1,
number.
could there have also been a Kraken?
Well, of course, like full Pirates of the
We just
Caribbean. You think I'm doing naval combat and we have a storm going on and shit, and there's not going to be a Kraken? You're wrong.
Either that or like a dragon turtle. I mean, something.
I don't
Maybe
want you
stuck
guys to
like
die. But yeah, you guys actually start moving a little faster. So as you guys start to move forward, you see that actually one of the ships is going to try to loop you. They're essentially going to try to circle you guys. Because, naval combat tactics. So we're going to move the pieces quick. Two. And then, Tree, give me a d20 roll.
I was really hoping you would have picked me.
1 and 3.
I believe. It can't be worse than what I got.
That's a 5. It's close.
Better.
Jesus.
Oh,
That's
as I
why
move
I
the
said
entire map.
Oh Jesus. We all plane shifted. I'm terrified.
There is no plane to shift.
Now for
Turns out the boat's moving the water.
motherfucker.
What?
Oh,
I don't think Blighty right like this roll.
Has to be better than my, 7 ones in a fucking row the other day.
I mean, I rolled a 1, so
Poor Momo.
It's just all grape shot.
what? So these guys are moving at literally snail's pace. These guys are not moving much better because I rolled a 2. Flagships actually rolling out. Only issue, this ship is as well.
Please.
Force each other.
Please.
I mean,
So
it's going to be hard for them not to.
True.
Okay. That changes a lot of things. Okay. You see, your captain continues to move forward just slightly, but then turn directly right. Momo.
Yes.
Please give me a D20 roll plus 2.
D20. Let's see if my luck's any better than everyone else today.
I mean, I rolled a natural 20
I had
just now.
great luck.
Oh my god.
That natural 20 was for the captain to kind of be able to navigate the ship to essentially get into an attacking position.
It's a 6.
How far away are they now?
They are probably about 500 feet, probably.
Okay.
I was just going to say these numbers are not correct.
No, definitely not.
It's to scale.
Momo, you guys fire off the first round of cannons and they fire wide. Both don't have very high AC, but a 6 doesn't hit it.
You couldn't hit this broadside of a ship.
No.
I mean, granted, that's the narrow side, but
I'm going to use my other, my last inspiration point
Okay.
to do Mantle of Inspiration. 3 of the men down in the below deck can move their entire movement speed instantly.
Alright, so they immediately go and reload. Like, instantaneous reload.
Yeah.
So you won't have to waste the next round reloading. You guys watch as these ships start to come towards each other. You watch a large... You guys can very clearly see this dude. Large individual jump from the bow of this ship and literally punt kick this other one out of the way. As he goes from just a regular human into a werebear.
Another werebear. I
Werebear.
don't know why I expected different.
You act like I don't use the same crew.
I know.
Exactly. You watch as he
Werebear.
punt kicks it and just is standing on the bow of the deck trying to bark orders.
How far away
Beware,
is the
there
ship?
be werebears there.
There be.
oh,
How far away is it? I'm guessing the ship is still like a pretty good far distance away.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are for the most part still pretty good distance. This one actually doesn't get to move at all because he punt kicked it to face the right direction because motherfuckers learn to aim. With that, so you guys. Actually, go back to your old position. Yeah, she's gonna keep going forward because she knows they can't get into a good position. But I do need. Who wants to roll the d20 this time to see your movement?
I'll take it.
These rolls sound like high.
1d20 coming up. How's a 19 for you?
Oh fuck!
Oh.
Finally.
Y'all fly forward. I made a bigger map. Oops.
We must have cut the sails properly to catch the wind.
Then she's gonna start turning. Mama, give me your attack.
That's a 13.
13 does hit. Roll me 2d10, please.
Did I prepare that? That's something I prepared.
8.
No.
8. All right. Where am I being added? Oh, hi.
Shit. Oh well.
You would have to give me a chance to look into the spell, but potential, Moa.
I'll read you the first line of the spell, and you can tell me, because that's the part that matters. The 10-foot radius immovable dome of force springs into existence around and above you and remains stationary for its duration. So stationary fixed in the world, or stationary fixed relative to the object I cast it against?
That's a good question.
Because it also does bring up immovable.
So it works either way. Like, I just want to know what your ruling is in the matter. If you say that it's immovable in the world, it's a fixed position in the world, I'm fine with that. But it will change how I use the spell.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna fix where you put it. So like if you were to put it here, the ship would essentially crumble around itself.
It would just cleave
as
through
it tries
the ship.
to move.
That's good to know. Anybody have dimensional door?
No.
I can fly you.
Oh yeah, I'll just cast it. Yeah, right. Go ahead.
But
Okay,
yeah, you
good to
see
know.
your cannonballs sink into this far right ship.
Shit, I forgot I have that spell.
Um,
Can I do something before our next ship action?
yes. What would you like to do? If anyone does, feel free, especially if I'm having like Momo do attack rolls or movement rolls. If you guys have anything,
So
that is essentially
Momo's
your
dice
turn.
are the one influencing our attacks.
Yes,
Right.
because he's the one down. Stairs.
So would you say if I casted Bless on Momo, their attack rolls would go up by a d4?
I'd allow it.
Then that's exactly what Shriek's going to do.
I was going to ask, what skill am I casting, or what skill am I going based on here?
So essentially, you're making attack rolls, but I'm assuming you're not proficient in cannons.
Well, I'm saying, is it dexterity, me running between the cannons to make sure that they're lined up properly?
Maybe
Is it
it's
strength,
charisma for you
moving
guiding
the cannons correctly?
Because I assume there's a crew there that's actually doing
They
most
are
of the
proficient,
firing.
yes. That is actually a valid question. How are you doing it? Are you aiming? Are you reloading? Or are you guiding?
If I'm directing them, because I'm the bard, right?
It will be a charisma based.
I'd be directing them. I'm going to use enhanced abilities on... I'm going to upcast it, so a couple of the soldiers down underneath have advantage on their rolls firing the cannon.
Got it.
Like, me directing them is better.
How many people are down there shooting a cannon at a time?
There's about 15 people down there.
Oh shit!
Because there's the ones aiming, the ones reloading, and the ones with the firing wicks.
Well, I can't bless that many people, so I'm just gonna bless Momo and 2 people on a cannon at random and then go back up because I can't bless that many people.
Right.
So it's plus a d4 and advantage with both the spells?
Yep. Alright. So. This big dummy is like, oh, I should probably stop doing what I don't want you to do.
Let them be independent.
That's a natural 20. Let's see if they can hit. Does not hit. Motherfucker.
I have a really, really, really dumb question. Can I cast Shield of Faith on a
Classic.
ship?
What level are you
exactly.
casting this spell at? There's my question for you.
I cast Shield of Faith on level 3. Would that work?
You need at least
How
go
much-
to level.
What's the?
What's the increase for it? It's 2 AC, right?
It's plus 2 AC. Yeah.
I'll give it plus 1 AC for 4 rounds.
Oh, if it wasn't concentration, I so would. Jesus Christ. We know Momo has advantage. I'll fucking do that instead. I don't care if I wasted a spell slot. I'll do that. I didn't think that was gonna work. Ship is +1 AC now. As Treek would just fucking, because it's made of wood, Treek would infuse his druidic magic into it, so that the ship hardens just a little bit more.
Well, would you want it to be harder? That might make it more brittle.
Shut up.
T, give me movement roll. Boy, hiccups.
I swear.
I believe.
And a thing called love?
Maybe don't hurt me.
12.
12.
No more.
All right.
Not bad.
Sec. We're gonna big brain things because Brian has that big brain energy.
Break brain time.
Stop doing what I don't want you to do, Map. Turn the goddamn ship.
Yes, Brian having that big brain energy.
Momo, give me your attack rolls. Actually, move you forward a little bit. Did it move? I don't think it moved. I think it moved.
19 for the attack.
All right, roll me 2d10.
Got dang 47.
Eight.
Another 8 damage. All right. This ship is not looking great. Oh, it didn't do things that I wanted it to do. Yeah, this ship is not having a good time. Yes, that ship. This ship is like, shit, I am way behind, and realizing they are kind of useless at this point. Motherfucker. For the amount of rolls I'm doing, the fact that it is literally one end of the spectrum or the other. There is no in between.
Welcome to my life.
Curse. It's TM curse.
Then it's going to start turning. Which side are you on? Thank you. Boom. Let's see about this last one.
Who is harassing that poor ship? They disappeared.
That's Cyrus.
Cool, and I still can't hit shit.
It seems fair.
Seems
So,
nuts.
now you guys can either try to convince the captain to trudge forward, essentially getting you to land safely, and hope they have no way of catching up to you, which pretty much they don't. Or you can try to finish off these pirates. I leave it to y'all's discretion if you guys want to try to convince her. She seems intent to, I have cargo. Let's go.
So let me ask a question. How far is the nearest ship from where we're at?
It's probably now
Like
about 300 feet.
I can make longbow attacks at disadvantage.
I presume that
Feel
our
free.
vessel does have a crow's nest.
It does.
Feel free. What's my dex modifier? That's a plus. That's a +5.
Okay.
+6 to try to hit every time.
Oh, we never addressed my detect magic either.
Oh, thank you. You find a couple different magics. You find a couple magical items. They seem very basic, like abjuration magic, quote unquote. Essentially, like, hey, protect me out on the high seas on a couple of the sailors. Essentially, devotions to the sea and everything. You find magically imbued the cannons to essentially not have fire back. So essentially, they're stuck in place and will only turn, so they don't like run around the entire ship.
So they don't recoil.
Pretty much.
That's what it sounds like.
They don't recoil, and let's say if the ship starts swaying, they're not going to move. And then you do also see some one sec. Evocation magic in some of the barrels.
While I'm looking around, do I see any like long guns?
You see a couple on the front end of the ship. You see 2 long guns.
You know what? I am gonna try. Let's see what happens if I throw a go at disadvantage. It's a nat 1. Never mind. I hate everything.
Cool. You fire out towards the long ship. Nothing seems to happen. Give me a perception check.
Oh, sure, of course. 24.
You see a glint of glass as you're looking over at the opposing crow's nest. And then you hear a crack as you feel something whoosh by your head.
Fuck!
Darius is gonna use his meta magic.
Are you gonna long distance the spell?
I'm gonna long distance fireball at that ship.
Yes!
Wait, how? What's the range on
Fireball
fireball?
goes 300 feet when doubled.
Fucking deja vu.
Oh my! Oh boy!
It rolls a dex save, correct?
Yes.
The
Oh,
boat
shit.
rolls for dex.
Rolls a text save.
Boats
Okay.
don't have the worst decks. I don't think.
Roll damage.
Did it pass?
Don't worry about it.
Did it pass 6?
It turns out the boat has evasion.
I mean, I'm gonna worry about it because I can give it disadvantage after your successful roll.
Oh shit, then yes it did. Fuck, I forgot you would have that. Fuck you. Fuck you and your Ben Luck bullshit. Alright.
Yes!
It's wild magic. It is a wild magic thing.
Wait, doesn't
Tides of
that?
chaos.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's got a surge, but he's fireballing the ship.
No,
Question.
I can surge. I can surge to get that back.
To recharge
Oh.
it.
What level are you
Yeah.
casting Fireball at?
3. It's the only level I can.
Oh, true.
No, you upcast it to 9 when he asked that question.
Ninth level,
We're only
obviously.
level 5.
Well, I can't remember. You act like I play spellcasters.
Not often.
You act like I-
Martial classes.
Fair.
I only play
Hey.
martial classes.
To be
Hell
fair, I overplay spellcasters.
Okay.
Same.
Roll damage.
17.
17.
5 of those landed on 1s.
Oh.
Oh my
Yikes.
god.
Ow.
You said you're hitting the main ship, right?
Whichever one to 300 feet.
Oh, then that's the side ship. Yeah, it's sinking.
That's the only one I could hit.
Yeah, that one's sinking.
Okay.
Yeah, we so good.
Okay, cool. You guys see as it starts to
duck behind the edge of the ship so no one can see him.
you see this ship in the back starts to aim towards it. Turn how I want you to, motherfucker.
Never.
Remember, it's big
Absolutely not.
How's this one doing? Absolute shit still. Cool, you're
God, this
still
thing can go-
useless.
God damn it.
And let's roll for the big ship. Okay. Nope. Come on.
Who is just drawing boxes around our shit?
This is my box of
Cyrus.
safety. It's going to
Oh.
protect us.
Casting wind,
We're safe.
No.
There.
No, it's not.
casting wind wall. He's casting wind wall.
This is fine. We're safe now.
He's
Um,
casting wall
he's-
of wind.
He's just using Yasuo's W.
All
How
right.
far away are they now, Brian?
They're probably about 200 feet.
Oh my god.
You watch as 2
Nice.
cannonballs fire into the side of the ship.
Our ship.
Yes, your ship.
Ugh.
Bending.
That plus weight AC is not helping.
So, because because of how this is gonna work. Just
Mending's
for
only a 1 foot
obviously
pole, correct?
action economy. You can either fire or you can mend. Does that make sense?
I'm not the one firing the cannons. It's the other guys that are firing the cannons. I'm just
True.
directing them. I don't need to direct them every second, do I?
No, technically. But they do still need to reload from the last time. So
yeah, so while they're reloading, I'm
You're
mending.
gonna mend. Yep. That makes sense. Sam, what's your AC?
17.
God
I'm
dang,
getting
only
shot.
7.
Being
Only if
more
you're lucky.
doored.
You take 9 points of piercing damage as you hear the shot ring out and pierce into your shoulder.
Fucking.
And Cap, I don't think running's an option.
I'm gonna longbow disadvantage again because I can't do anything with spells yet.
Ba-da-bum-bum, ba-da-bum-bum, ba-da-bum.
Did I see where that shot came from?
Fuck!
You see
Another
it from the
natural
enemy
one.
crow's nest.
Ah! Ow! Fuck!
And that is
They have
about how far away?
About 250 away if you're counting the height.
Hmm.
How?
I need to do math for this.
How far
Okay,
are we
now
from land right now?
you guys are probably about 500 feet.
Okay.
Speaking of.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, because I'm going to continue to do this, we're gonna.
Brian, can I prepare an action for when they get close enough?
If you do, you cannot take your shot.
Hmm.
Well, I don't shoot. I shoot longbow. That's it.
Wait,
Well,
what
that's
I'm
what
doing.
I'm saying.
taking
You can't
shots?
use your longbow shot.
Yeah, obviously. I'm
Okay.
gonna prepare a different spell for when the captain of that ship gets 120 feet closer to me. That range. I'm rolling a disadvantage anyway, Brian. It's not like
I just want to make sure you know.
I'm aware.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to do this.
Who wants to roll our movement this round?
Fuck it, let's go.
How
I'll
do
do
you
it.
have disadvantage in longbow?
Because they're
because
range.
it's outside of the range.
range. If it's not
okay.
150 feet or closer, it's at a disadvantage. I have disadvantage range up to 600 feet, but that's it.
Thank God for sharpshooter.
Come on. 14. It almost was a 4.
Cool. You guys, goddamn map, stop doing what I don't want you to do. Grab the boat. You're right there.
We're not.
Hiccups.
Okay.
I'm dying.
I'm
No
surprised more of the
You know
people below deck don't have goggles of night like I do.
I'm going
Very
to
eye patches.
move to the stern of the ship and I don't know, just be a general obnoxious pain in the ass trying to draw fire because that's what I do. Let me know if they. You know what? Let me phrase it differently. Obviously there's very little consistency what with the wind and the wave, but if you had to approximate about how far are these ships that are pursuing us moving in a given turn?
Usually between.
What I'm trying to say is, if we suddenly, I don't know, via magic or something, stopped moving, would they catch up to where we are in a turn or two?
2 turns.
Yeah, that's what I figured. In that case, I'm gonna go ahead and produce a gilded skull from within my bags, and I'm gonna cast Summon Undead, and I will conjure a ghostly undead with the orders to kill anyone pursuing us. And I can cast it up to 90 feet away, and it has flight, so it can just,
Sit there.
yeah, it could just wait for them to come to it. It doesn't have to be able to get to them.
Right. There is one gun that has not been fired at the back end. It won't deal as much damage, because obviously it's one cannon. But you can fire it if you would like, Momo.
But I'm mending the ship.
Oh shit, you're right. Never mind.
I'm mending, and then everybody else is firing the side cannons.
Yep. So let's see if you guys escape yet. God, why are you so goddamn useless?
Anytime. Whatever I can.
I am not moving very quickly.
I am not fast.
I am not very fast.
I am not very.
So the captain is kind of shifting between going away from them and catching the wind, because she's like, I don't really want them to catch me, but if I keep going with the wind, so are they, and they're just going to keep firing at us. So, Cyrus, make the move roll this time.
Yeah, sure. That went well last time, so.
Yeah, I know, right? Nat 1. It's fine.
All
Hey!
fine.
8?
I'm on fire.
Ooh.
We're about to be.
Yeah.
In a second.
I mean, maybe.
Only if things go well.
Let's do a, okay. Threat analysis roll. That's what we're calling that. Car, what's your AC?
Hey, I have a base AC of 15, but I also have the shield spell on the case that I get hit.
I mean, I'm assuming a 21's gonna hit.
Yeah, it will. It's a real bummer too, because
Why can't you roll high? Please.
You don't want it to.
They're not crabs.
I know, right? Only my crabs roll high for attack damage. Like the fuck.
When a bunch of mud crabs results in an accidental TPK.
You take 9 points of piercing damage
9.
Ouch.
as it clips into your wing.
I disagree with your ability to shoot me, sir. I'd like to remove that.
I like to remove your bullets.
I'm revoking your shoot rights.
Your gun license is gone.
Ghost,
gonna
kill
die.
him hardest.
You need a gun license to shoot a gun?
No, you
Not
only
if you're a
gun license
pirate.
when-
I was gonna say, not if you're fine.
Joke, shut up.
Do. 1 second. Okay, cool. Well, that's
How
good
far
news
away
for
they
y'all.
are right now?
They are very far away right now.
Okay, cool.
I rolled really bad.
Good. Perfect.
Perfect. Well then, in the direction that the other ship is facing, 120 feet out, I'm gonna cast Fog Cloud.
Oh,
Fuck yeah!
There we go.
So, I'm gonna let one of you give me a stealth check at advantage.
I already have advantage.
For the ship, you smartass.
What's the ship's modifier?
It is +3.
Then I can just roll normally at advantage because that's my modifier.
Yeah, you just do it then.
Same.
No, go ahead, give me your roll.
That's 2 6s. That is a 9.
Oh my god.
I see your wild magic check there.
Oh yeah, I gotta roll every time I cast a spell.
What's
Oh,
the
thank
DC
God.
at this point?
I was just, yeah.
My
Would you
DC
like my
is
roll of
3.
17?
Oh, okay, that's not bad then.
Well, I surged last session before we ended.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Now I need a movement roll.
Not me.
Not it.
I'll take it.
Single digits all night.
I'll do it.
6. Garbage.
Oh my God.
666. It's oh god.
We're doing great, guys.
Good thing I didn't roll it.
I mean, not like they're doing much better.
Oh my god.
What is that?
So this ship rams that one, causing it to sink even faster as they're trying to save everyone.
At some point, like, the tide is just going to pull us back out away from the coast because we're moving so slowly.
Like, the amount of natural ones I have rolled is ridiculous. I'm
It's
at
fine.
3. I'm at 3.
It's called balanced.
It's this whole thing shit.
I disagree.
I cast message to the captain upstairs. Have they given up chase yet?
I think possible. They've stopped moving. I rolled another fucking natural 1.
Good
It is a
success.
statistical improbability that I rolled
That is
2
true.
natural 1s in a row.
Welcome
It's a
to my
one in
life.
It's a 1 in 400.
I know. As I said, an improbability, not impossibility. There's a difference.
Okay, sure. But how many
Improbable.
times do you think you have rolled the dice in this game?
Probably a good, like, 15 to 20.
Well, I just meant in general. Like,
Oh, well, too goddamn fucking many.
yeah. So I mean, eventually you would roll 2.
Alright, give me you guys' movement check, because you guys are pretty much out of the clear, as long as I don't roll a natural 20 on the next one.
So who wants the roll?
It's
I'll
do
roll
it.
it.
Oh, Karina can do it.
19.
That's
Y'all be
Hey.
cruising. Y'all catch
pretty
the
good.
wind and are cruising into the shore. I rolled a goddamn 4.
Yes.
And you guys successfully reached the docks, where the pirates technically have no say.
Easy mode.
I feel like pirates technically never have a say. They just say anyways.
Yeah, but they don't want to fight literal government on their turf. That sounds like a bad idea.
Why not?
One Piece?
Still have not seen it.
Don't start it.
I will drop shield
It's-
of faith.
it's too
and just
fucking
take a
long.
deep sigh.
It is literally like, over 1,000 episodes at this point.
You guys see in the distance, in the fog, the ship's kind of trying to orient themselves. By the way, that fog, fucking good call. I'm angry about it, but good fucking call.
The captain mentioned... No, the captain didn't mention cargo out loud. You mentioned cargo. Like, in
Correct.
passing earlier.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, the captain did not say.
Camilla wouldn't know. Never mind.
Yeah. Where'd the car go?
I was
Sure.
gonna check the hold.
Where did the car go?
Oh my god.
But you arrive in the docks. The
Ghosting.
captain kind of takes a sigh of relief.
The California version of Dude, Where's My Car?
Dude,
Where'd my car go?
what's mine say?
Where the car go?
Sick. What's mine say? Dude.
Okay.
I was trying to make the Dude, Where's My Car tattoo joke.
Yeah, but
No,
you need 2 people to make that one work. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If I wasn't, like, focused on theory paperwork right now,
Gross.
I would have been there for it. I know.
You
tell
theory
me about it.
crafting.
So
No, it's not even theory crafting. It's like medical theory.
we have made it to dock. Are we disembarking from the ship? Are we asking her that we get paid for helping her not to get her entire crew murdered?
I think she would laugh at us.
Probably.
Yeah, no, we shouldn't ask for any money.
It definitely feels like the sort of thing that if we brought that up, they would have just been like, oh, yes, because if we had died, you would have all just been fine.
I would have. I would have jumped on my flying carpet and flown to the fucking shoreline.
I mean, I hear you, and I relate to that. But the point is, not everyone has, the ability to just fly away.
Treat could get on the flying carpet with me.
And hope not to get shot to death.
Exactly. I was getting shot.
Speaking of, Kay's gonna pass over a healing potion.
I have invisibility. I'm fine.
Oh.
So it's 2d4 plus 4.
Because you're invisible doesn't mean the carpet is.
It's a magical object in contact with me that I have to be attuned to, so it
You
goes
say
invisible with me.
2d4 plus 4?
Yeah.
You have to upcast
Is that-
invisibility, though, to get the other person correct.
I think I'm...
Yep.
Yeah, I'm at
So
max
I'd upcast. I'd cast on me and him, and then
Freezing
send
tiny
my
potion.
owl away. I'd just spend it.
So what are the two conversations we having?
Oh, we're debating over using invisibility.
My friend Kay just healed me for 10 HP.
Okay, that was the more important one.
Agreed.
Alright. So you guys arrive on the shores of Obra, the place where you guys are meant to turn in your letter to the council.
Before I disembark from the ship, I go down into one of the rooms downstairs and shape change back into Camilla.
Alright, you do so.
I hope you don't get arrested as a stowaway.
As you guys
The
arrive,
captain saw me come onto the ship as Camilla and then change.
Oh yeah, good point. I forgot about that.
as you guys arrive, everyone give me a perception check.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a 3.
That's gonna go well.
18.
22.
Perception. Oh
Nat-
wow, I got a 21. Natural 20 plus 1.
Natural 20 plus 4.
Oh my God. Where were these before,
19.
gentlemen?
Honestly.
Alright, so I'm going to deal with my 2 natural 20s first and then go through everyone else. So, you very much kind of get an idea that you've seen ships of war from different regions before during your travel. While there are ships from very different regions here, you see none of them are of war. They all seem to be either trader ships or transportation ships, specifically. Gives you very much a sense of, you were expecting this place to, because it is essentially a meeting place of all the countries, to kind of be like high tension. The fact that it doesn't almost gives you an unsettling feeling, considering where you're from.
Okay.
Car.
Yes.
You quickly notice a ship from your homeland docked a little ways away.
Is it a specific ship that I would recognize, or is it just of the same make as my people?
On closer inspection, you realize it is flying your family's colors.
Oh, lovely. I somehow doubt that my father sailed it out here, so I'm a little excited.
Anyone with a 15 and higher.
18.
19.
Yes, I'm getting to it. I'm just grouping everybody together with that. It's just the 2 naturals I'm separating. Because naturals matter. Good joke. You guys kind of get a feeling of unity, which for both of you, the closest, you've gotten, Camilla, was that false sense of unity you got from the circus, where it's a forced unity. This feels nothing like that. This feels like kind of a culmination of people. T, you've dealt with a multitude of people coming in and out of the monasteries, where they have a ideology that melds together. This feels like a more genuine form of that. And as you guys are looking around, you see that during your very little travel, at least UT, this feels beyond alien. For you, Camilla, this feels like home almost, where you can be whoever you want, do anything you want, and no judgment will fall upon you. It feels like that for the first time.
For the first time in... I'm sorry.
I didn't want to make the joke! Thank you, though, Sam, for making the joke for me.
I felt like it needed to be done.
For everyone else, this feels like a literal melting pot. As if...
It's New York.
No, it feels like home,
it is
what
New
you're
York.
telling me.
Except for even more in sync, where your home feels like chaos.
Wait, it's
Melded
a melting pot.
together.
I'm made of chocolate. Ah.
Yours feels like a
yeah,
chaotic harmony. This one feels like a unified harmony. Like as if you took different... your home feels like if you took a bunch of different songs that didn't work together. And just tried to blend them together. This feels like you took the right parts of each song and put them together. I'm playing DJ Hero now.
The good remixes.
The good mashups.
But the city is very large, from what you guys can tell. I did not make a city map. I thought the combat would take a lot longer. But bad rolls happened. Fuck you, my 4 natural ones.
You should know to always be prepared.
Not for that many natural ones!
You should always prepare for that.
Yes.
Yeah, why don't you have the entire campaign already done and ready to go before you even start? It's not like the player agency's the thing.
Right? It's not like I railroad you guys.
Nice join the Spanish Inquisition.
I just create a sandbox and let people fuck with all my NPCs.
Yeah, but that always results in people killing each other.
Not always.
Fair. Typically.
Car, you see a large group start to come from the ship you recognize from your homeland.
I will kind of rush towards them in greeting and, you know, kind of somewhat inspect the procession there to see if my mother is among them.
As you kind of start greeting them, you feel a hand caress your cheek. My dear boy, don't you have anything better to do than be gallivanting? And you see your mother standing before you, a very tall individual, ironclad behind her, just kind of glaring you down.
But mother, you know I'm working very diligently at my studies. I just came from the academy.
Well, at least you're doing something right. Your father would be so proud. She kind of looks quickly up. So.
Yes, well, maybe one day I'll be able to see that pride in his eyes again. I just need to find a way to make it happen.
And just work a little harder. She taps you on the cheek. So what are you doing in the city? I assume off on some grand adventure, as if that's something we do?
Not quite. I was offered a easy job for far too much money, so it piqued my interest. I'm sure there's more to it than I've been led to believe, but I'm just here to deliver a letter.
So you're being intelligent. Good. Glad you're at least smart enough to know when a job's easy and when a job's dumb.
Well, the dumb ones didn't exactly make it back at home.
You're not wrong. You guys see this procession start to come up towards you, and you see Car interacting with this tiefling woman, very voluptuous, long black dress, veil neatly over her face as she approaches. Most of the other individuals look very thinned, very almost borderline dead. Except for the very large individual that's at the center directly behind his mother. Uh, a black clad armored individual who towers over everyone else. The woman kind of looks you all over. Are these the individuals you're traveling with?
Yes, save for the ship's crew, of course. Allow me to make introductions. Everyone, this is my mother. Uh, Mother, this is my traveling companions. We have T, I say gesturing, K, there's a V over there. I promise these are actually the names they go by. It's not because I couldn't remember them.
I was going to question that actually, but
He
I'm
is
glad you
unfortunately
kind
correct.
of. I'm glad you kind of specified. I was going to be worried. I was going to have to pick your brain a little bit.
Oh,
Just practicing the
no,
alphabet again.
not.
A, B.
I'm capable of knowing more than 26 people at a time.
I'm very proud.
We're
You're
all
doing
from
better than the
Sesame
dumbass
Street.
at the back.
Uh,
Each
well,
day is brought to you by a different party member.
yes. Today's misadventure brought to you by the letter K.
Always.
Today's misadventure brought to you by Therius Wild Surging on Purpose.
Oh God, what's he doing?
That was
Trying
early.
to
But yeah,
embarrass him.
I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and introduce the party.
What is up with you been
to
rolling like
my
97 and
mother,
98 on
and
that?
I'm going to basically.
So, anyways, we have
explain this
faint
is my
ethereal music
teacher.
along with this introduction.
Lovely.
Fucking great.
And so, my brain is turning off.
I
Anyway,
use prestidigitation to enhance the ethereal music.
Very fitting.
but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce. This is my mother. Her name is Helena. She is one of the wisest wizards on our island. She taught me most everything that I know, and plenty more that I still haven't mastered yet.
Progress is not something that happens overnight, though, dear. So, you said you're delivering a letter to whom?
Oh, the Warforged in charge of this region, I suppose.
Not this region, but I assume you mean the individual in charge of the Silver Dragon.
You know me well, Mother. I'm not so worldly as to know which dragon owns or reigns over each region. I just assumed we came here because this was his home.
Oh. Assumptions make asses out of you and me. Do you have a
Fair
place
enough.
to stay?
I don't believe so. I'm gonna go ahead and look at the crew. Does anyone have any connections? And by crew, I mean the party.
I don't know, Brian. Do I know someone on this island? I doubt it.
Not a one.
None of you have been to Oberoi, as far as I know.
Well, what
I
I know if
figured
I
we
have
were
only
sleeping
like
in the trees.
I've never been to
Kinda
a
what I
pub
assumed,
that I couldn't make my home, but I also have a spell that will just make us a dome that we could stay in.
I would hate to look down on someone giving us a courtesy, especially when that someone is kin to me.
Well, lucky for you all, I have a close friend in the city that can easily give not just myself, but you all a room for a few days if you need.
Well, it would be rude for us to decline at this point now, wouldn't it?
I mean, rudeness is a little different where we come from. Just a little.
Yes.
But
As long as no one comes a knocking, I'm fine.
I mean, most people try to avoid places where zombies do a lot of the work. Come,
Okay,
let us,
you wouldn't.
let us go. And you guys, she leads you all and her small procession to a very almost Addams Family-esque building. That. No, I could not resist.
It's the
So
ethereal music.
I assume that the door is answered by a crawling claw.
No, a very,
God.
very large Goliath. What are you talking about?
What?
Who says
What
you
stupid
rang?
thing?
He can talk? Oh, I'm upset. What is this?
Lurch does say you rang. I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking
does
about.
he?
Yes.
He does speak very little.
Rang.
But I was just thinking of the thing.
I know what you were thinking. Yeah.
I love Thing, though.
Thing is awesome.
But you arrive at this very large, like, graveyards all around, but all the graves are, like, open and empty.
As they should
The
be.
ancestors have come to play.
Like, you guys feel uncomfortable as you enter. You're like, shit. Am I about to get buried alive? But nobody
She's
else
fine.
seems bothered by it. The gate creakily opens. And you see the tall individual that's with the procession kind of gives a slam on the door. And immediately it swings open and there's another tall individual looking at him. Then he steps aside and Helena and the procession goes in, and the tall individual kind of just looks at all of you.
This is nice.
This is it's truly something. I'll give you that.
It feels like home.
I like the atmosphere.
As you all walk in, you see a ton of small tables, candles floating in the air, and you see some very clearly zombies seem to be cleaning the room a little bit.
Wait, tables are floating in the air?
No, candles floating above tables.
Oh, okay.
Would it be rude for me to change the way that the air smells in here?
Who are you saying that to?
Oh, whoever is standing directly next to me.
Who's standing next to Camilla?
I will. I'm going to turn to her and say, if you fart in here, it's considered rude.
No, I was gonna make it smell like roses.
I mean, I would ask the hostess, but
I mean, if you would like the smell of roses, I mean, my wife's garden is just outside.
Oh, boy.
What the fuck?
This whole joke is literally.
Y'all thought So y'all made a joke a while ago that I was not going to have the Addams family involved somehow. Y'all thought I didn't plan this? Y'all thought?
This is the wrong character.
Oh, all right, guys. I'm sleeping in the garden. Bye.
Goodbye.
Come on,
Okay, bye.
don't get eaten.
Yeah, be mindful.
The zombies don't eat people. The plants, on the other hand, I mean, I wouldn't sit too close to
That's
them.
what I would be concerned with.
That was my concern.
But how can I help you all? You see a very short, almost looks like a bit of a dwarf, but a little bit taller. Pencil mustache, comb over, and a pinstripe suit, because of course. rapier at his side.
So the animated version of the character. Got it.
Naturally.
My preferred version. I'm talking original animated. I'm talking OG animated.
OG.
That new 3D one was just.
It was okay. It was.
The
Okay
first
at
one
best.
was good. The second one, not so much.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that one.
I still love the live action ones from the 90s, but that's not.
Oh,
We
yeah.
don't talk about the Tim
End of the
Curry
game.
one though.
No, we do
Yeah.
not. That one does not exist in this house.
Uh,
Anyway.
So, do you all need rooms? I assume.
If you don't mind.
I would love to stay. I feel I've got much catching up to do.
What do you mean, dear? I'm staying here. You act like I would not stay with our good cousins.
Oh no, that's precisely what I mean. There's so much to catch up on.
Well, good. So I believe our large friend here can show you each to your rooms. Does anybody want to sleep with a lion? Just for context. If not, it's fine. We have enough rooms.
Drake will kind of just like awkwardly perk up hearing the word lion.
You guys have a
doesn't eat
lion?
people. Yes, of course. The children need pets.
I mean, I can talk to lions.
Oh, Kitty would love a conversation.
The children need pets. The lion
Okay.
needs feeding. One of these
The
problems
lion
is
is
just going
named
to solve
Kitty.
itself.
I mean, Kitty's room is perfectly warm. There's a lot of bones in there, but if you don't mind it. He won't eat you. He's well fed. Mostly trained. But, what's a little maiming?
I mean,
Drake
you're
is
not wrong
just
there.
gonna actually give this actual fucking thought.
Forget thinking about it. Put me up with the lion. Where's the room?
Give me the
Again, this
key.
is the wrong character.
You start, each of you follows, and the large individual starts to open doors for each of you. And as you say, you'd like to sleep with Kitty. He literally pulls up a sliding door that goes up, and you see what appears to be like essentially a mini jungle in this room. Your room.
I go in.
You hear a faint purring.
I cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. You hear snoring now.
Hello? I knock on the walls.
Hello? Is it dinner time?
Is it?
No,
Okay.
I'm not dinner. I'm a cuddly toy.
Immediately, you see the lion pop up on one of the tree branches above you.
Oh dear lord!
And you kind of see it gives you a smirk and then pounces you in a playful way.
Pounces on you.
And immediately, you are like put
The
into like where it's
second that
holding
we
on
have
to you and like rubbing its mane on you.
Please tell me it did the butt wiggle and everything.
Well, of course.
Please, Ryan. Okay, good. Jesus.
Shall I remind you of the joke I made previously with the cat butt wiggle and then Shaq going, because I will always love that meme.
Yeah, that's a good one.
My Panther. It was great.
Yes.
There's nothing that will beat being cuddled by a lion.
Agreed.
You hear a voice from
What about
inside.
being cuddled by
I
two
agree.
lions?
It's so much fun. The only thing more fun than that is electrocution. If you haven't tried it, it's great.
Start.
Hi, Uncle Fester.
I'll go faster.
You see a bald individual, black robe, come up, and he is scratched to hell. It's a lot of fun. Be careful of the claws if you get too playful. They do hurt. But that's the fun.
I almost played him in the musical. I was so close.
Oof.
Better
I'm sad. They did Adam's Family musical like 3 years after I had left.
You guys hear an explosion come from a room
Oh.
further down the hall.
Jesus.
I don't care about Pugsley.
I didn't do it.
Pugsley alone.
Pugsley.
But my
yeah,
question
okay.
is there ever a time Pugsley explodes and Wednesday isn't there? I kind of want to go check it out.
I'm being cuddled by a lion.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Camilla's out of commission until further notice.
No, I would just rush towards the sound, not so much with, fear
Intent.
or whatever, but with like
Intrigue.
excitement, because there's something cool is happening over here and I want to be a part of it.
You open the door and just smoke billows out, and you see a small rotund boy kind of fall face first onto the floor. Well, apparently he wasn't as explosive as I thought. You see a young, gothy-looking girl come walking out of the room and head into one of the adjacent rooms. Kind of like step over him like she does not care whether or not he's alive or dead. He's very clearly breathing, but...
So as she passes by me, I will give a wide smile and say, cousin, it's lovely to see you're still carrying on your experiments.
I mean, somebody has to keep the dumbass in check.
Well, you say that for now, but eventually you will break him and need a new test subject.
Hopefully mother and father will have another.
That would be awful convenient for you. And I'm just gonna smile as I walk into the room to pick this boy up off the ground and...
As you look in, it is very clearly a torture room.
Oh, of course. But I'm just gonna pick him up and set him on his feet and kind of hold him by his shoulders
He
until
looks very woozy.
feels steadied. And then I'll, like, when I feel he's got his footing, I'll let him go again.
He kind of like puts his thumb up, eyes not open yet. Kind of, I'm ready for round 2. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm ready to blow up. Let's go. He's kind of wobbly.
All right, I'll go ahead and let him go, and then return to. I just kind of step back out into the hallway and say, "So, where's my room?"
Lurch kind of looks at you and kind of opens up a study.
Thank you, my good sir. And I'm just gonna go ahead and walk in and start unloading my bags and setting them down in a quarter while I inspect the room.
Each of you that gets your own individual rooms, they're covered in cobwebs. If you try to take them down, the spiders will attack. They are very doom and gloom, and most of them have guillotines above the headboard.
Half of that probably sounds like the monastery, except for the guillotine.
I was about to say, this basically it's just a freaking tree like for the guillotine. The guillotine's new.
You guys each, after you start to get acquainted in your room, you hear a knock on your door, and the small little goth girl goes, "Grandmama's making dinner soon. It should be done shortly if you'd like to join us."
I'll say thank you to her and I'll walk downstairs.
Darius is gonna stick with T because spiders. I don't want to fight that.
Do you know what? That's fucking valid.
The hood is up if you want to really get in there.
Let's just imagine
I'm
eight-legged
fine with
freak.
getting in the hood.
You're a fairy. This is a big spider.
She knocks on Kitty's door and goes, "Kitty, you're gonna have to let them up. They do need to eat, and you know you can't eat them. It is close to your dinner time, though." And your speak with animals still up. Dinner time,
Yep.
and they kind of lick their lips, and you get a little bit of the drool on you.
Prestidigitation to clean my hair.
Kitty kind of lets you up and starts heading down the stairs.
When I come back, I have a game we can play.
I'm excited.
And then I head out and down for food.
So you all head downstairs. You see everyone else is kind of gathered around, including Helena. You see a tall, dark woman. Looks very similar to Helena, but much skinnier and pale. Sitting at the head of the table with the individual you saw before. You see the two children on either side of her. And then you see a short, rotund woman with a cauldron that she's pushing through. And as they go up to each bowl, you see just a hand kind of pick up a ladle and scoop it in. And as it goes into your bowl, you each see like eyes and like a tentacle pop out and stuff. Eat it while it's hot and make sure.
Are they humanized?
No.
Tricky. It's.
And if it moves, stab it.
If it moves again, stab it again.
Remember, if you take too long to eat it, it might try to eat you.
I remember this game from the circus, and I start stabbing my plate.
Oh my god.
You see the bald individual goes, "You were in the circus too? They had me there because I could do this." And he puts a light bulb in his mouth and turns it on. See?
They had me there because I could do this. I change into his shape.
Oh, God, I have a twin.
And then I take the light bulb and I put it in my mouth and I use prestidigitation to make it glow like it's lit.
He literally puts you in a big grapple hug and like tosses you around, and you hear the male individual go, "Uncle Fester, put them down. It's dinner. We eat dinner, and then you can roughhouse."
Something tells me she's not leaving.
Yeah, I think you're stuck here forever now.
I think Camilla would be okay with living in the Adams house.
I think it would work out for me. I shape change back into Camilla and then I sit down and start eating.
Alright, so you all eat the we'll call it food. We'll call it food.
Carnival food.
Look,
You eat food? Question mark.
anything that you can put into your body and get nutritional value from is food. Now, whether or not it was food to start with, kind of irrelevant.
So, I'm assuming everyone is watching stream right now, right?
Yes.
Proof, it is one end of the spectrum or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Mine
I rolled
keeps
a
buffering.
natural 20.
Everyone
So,
does.
No.
Yeah, for us to perish.
You
are
all
poisoned.
gain 10 temporary hit points, resistance to all damage,
Oh.
Oh.
and dark vision if you don't already have it.
Are we eating? Jesus.
Do you really want to
Guys.
ask too many questions?
No.
but what?
But yes, at the end, you see the very large individual sits down at a piano and begins to play. As you see,
Are there any leftovers?
Grandmama looks at you. No! I do need to feed the flower still. If you would like to come, I'm sure Morticia would appreciate the help.
Wait, do we have the bread box with us? Bread box.
I assume you have the bread box with
Yes.
you.
Yes, I do.
Somebody should have the bread box.
I would like it.
The
I would
fairy has the
Uh,
bread box.
like
Yeah,
to
that
take a
makes
bread
sense.
out of the bread box and then dip it in the juice left over on my plate.
You do.
Okay.
And it tastes just like the soup because the bread has no taste.
I am fine with this.
It's bread. It's sustenance.
I imagine it tastes like a gumbo.
Yeah! Oh, gumbo
A
that's
spicy
black and
gumbo.
inky. And very thick, like uncomfortably thick.
So like a curry gumbo.
A little bit,
Like
yeah.
you can feel it trying to climb back up your throat as you swallow it, kind of thick.
Yeah, it's like when you drink God,
Jägermeister?
thank you. It's like drinking Jaeger, where it feels like it's trying to come back up.
Mm.
And anyone who's drank Jaeger can attest to that, because God,
It
that's
just
just
tastes
nasty.
like angry cough
Love
syrup.
Jaeger.
It's
I
nasty.
personally enjoy Jaeger, so this is good.
No, I mean I don't dislike it, but that's
I do.
the only way I can describe the taste.
No, yeah,
Angry cough syrup.
not wrong.
But yeah, so you see as the tall individual begins to play the piano, the zombies kind of move the tables out of the way, and you see the host and hostess begin to dance. And as they do, ethereal beings join them in the dance.
I start playing sort of using prestidigitation in combination with my own instruments. I just start accompanying the music that's already playing.
You guys see Uncle Fester begins to dance with himself, kind of like awkwardly, like trying to mimic what Gomez and Morticia are doing, to very little effect. The man has 2 left feet. Quite literally in some of the shows. He quite literally has 2 left feet, and it's fucking hilarious.
No, it's actually canon in every one of them. He always has 2 left.
That's true. So he's literally like the worst dancer in the room. And you see the children up above trying to shoot darts at Uncle Fester's feet.
He just kind of watches this with a very confused look on her face.
Helena sits next to you. You must love the chaos of the family.
Oh yes, I mean, they all have such fascinating minds. I just wish I could spend more time here. I'm afraid I just won't find the secrets I seek sitting at our cousin's home.
That's why we don't visit too often. Let's be real, Gomez, if he had his way, all the family would live here.
Oh, I think it would be good for some of us, anyways.
It's only because your father would like to rustle lurch.
He'd probably win, too.
Good possibility. It's only because your father's so rigid. Yes, I innuended that on purpose. You can fight me later.
Well, what brings you to town, Mama?
Let's just say a play for power.
Oh, are you finally going to get your due? Demand proper treatment for our people?
It's the intention.
Well,
Maybe let them in on a little secret. She kind of winks at you.
oh. Well, then I think perhaps I can persuade somebody to stick around and lend you a hand should you need one.
I have a quite large pair of hands, and she motions to the tall individual behind her. I think I'll be fine.
Very well, Mother. I look forward to hearing of your success.
You see Gomez comes up and offers to dance with your mother, which she obliges and kind of nods her head to you and then to the tall individual, who then Morticia comes up to dance with the tall individual. He's very, like, stiff. It almost looks like Lurch dancing from the original series if you've seen it. No, I don't have Cousin It showing up currently. Because that has to come later.
But if he did, would he be a werebear as well?
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. That's funny.
Just all the wares? Or would he be more of a what? Anyway, sorry.
He's an it.
He's a what there. He's an
But all of you enjoy the spectral enjoyments. You guys can have a long rest. You do keep all the effects into the following day.
Lovely.
So you gain all hit points, any spells, and everything.
Wait, no, it's the wrong thing.
You guys wake up in the morning to food once again at the tables. The host appears to be passed out on the bar, probably from too much dancing. And the children appear to be kind of intently watching the tables.
Question.
Answer.
The candlesticks, are they still levitating above the tables as previously?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm just going to walk towards one of the tables, not sit down, but I'm going to sit there and I'm going to use my finger to kind of twirl a candlestick in place while I muse out loud. You know, not directly in their direction, but loud enough that I know that they can hear me. Now, what could be so interesting about a piece of furniture that would draw these kids' attention so? Could it be some mischief? And I'm going to quickly duck down and peek under the table to, see if there's anything concealed beneath.
You see nothing. Actually, give me a investigation check.
Sure thing.
And while he's doing that, before I forget, Camilla, you said you had a game with Kitty. What do you intend to play with Kitty?
So,
I'm so scared.
Prestidigitation allows me to create an image on a surface.
Oh my god, I know what it is!
We're red dotting a lion. Yes!
That's
Well
so
done.
fucking awesome.
So you
Oh my
spend
God.
about 2 hours with a quite large red dot floating along the walls as Kitty kind of jumps at it. And then about halfway through the evening, as you're doing this, suddenly you see Uncle Fester poke his head out, and you put the red dot right on his forehead, and Kitty puts his mouth around his head, kind of pulls him out. He's like, I wish I could say this is the first time this happened. Good Kitty.
I imagine it's like licking a battery.
Do you speak with animals
Don't
on?
overthink that. I do now.
I mean, ish. And you see its tongue goes against Uncle Fester's head, and he goes, "Oh, I don't like that." And Kitty goes, just say sad." He kind of lets Uncle Fester go, and Uncle Fester is like drenched in kitty saliva. I think Grandmama will need this for dinner.
I
And
would imagine so.
and he goes back into his little crawl space.
And I continue playing with the laser dot with the giant cat.
Yep. And then now we're gonna go back to the morning because I forgot that was a thing, and then I'm like, wait, whatever Momo has planned, I have to hear this.
Oh yeah.
So long rest.
Long rest.
Long rest, and you keep the 10 temp HP and damage
Resistance.
resistance.
Yep. And dark vision if you didn't already have it. What was your investigation check, Sean?
I rolled a 10.
You see nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
The rest of
I'm
you come
going
down and see pancakes stacked pretty high.
See what?
Pancakes stacked quite high at each table.
This is normal food.
Grandmama looks at you. Normal.
That's rude.
I will correct myself.
There's not like any worms,
Normal.
maggots in them, anything like that.
I mean, it's bone meal.
Okay, there it is. There it is.
Okay.
The syrup is from poison oak. Does that count?
There it is. No, that's
you'd put
not.
bone
You don't
meal
have that
into
where I'm
the
from.
oatmeal.
Ugh. Oatmeal so plain.
Not only that, but the bone meal makes it very lumpy.
That's the best part.
I prefer my oatmeal smooth.
I prefer mine
I
trash.
prefer none.
But yeah, you see these piles of pancakes on each table. And the children intently watching from the bar from behind their sleeping father.
Well, whatever it is, I'm sure it won't be fatal. After all, not all of the chairs can be electrified, right?
You see
Yeah,
Wednesday
what's the
looks
best?
over at Pugsley. That is something we can work on.
So I'm just going to go ahead and take a seat and see what happens.
What's everybody else doing?
Darius is gonna Misty Step next to Pugsley and give him Wet Willy.
Um,
How do you? You're like the size of his ear. How do you do that?
He's gonna lick himself and go, woo!
Just lick the
No,
entire
lick his
fist
whole
and chug
arm.
it in.
Oh, jeez.
So, Darius, I need a perception check from you.
Oh god. Oh
He doesn't have an ear.
god.
It's an 11.
Pugsley doesn't have an ear at the moment.
You see a detonator under the bar with Wednesday's hands on it.
I say nothing.
Of course you don't. Why would you?
Seems right to
He's
me.
Chaos Demon. What were you expecting?
I literally said I was expecting him to say that. Yeah.
We all definitely see them over there, right?
Yeah, they all seem to be watching intently.
Frankly, I would be concerned if he said I tell people about it.
I cast a message to Wednesday. So what are you planning?
World domination.
While all you guys are hesitating after I've taken my seat, I'm gonna go ahead and start stabbing at the stack of pancakes with a fork
Oh,
and
Treek
placing
has
them
been
on my plate.
Treek is because he doesn't want to be rude because these are new people. He's eating, but he's eating regretfully because he doesn't really want to eat at the moment. But he's eating. He
Carvey.
doesn't want to
Or
eat
KV. Sorry.
He's eating.
V.
I think V would probably following suit of what Treek's doing in that vein. He's probably like, I'd probably say he's actually kind of like fake eating. He's been a little concerned after last night, some of the stuff he was eating.
T.
The syrup's not gonna kill us, right?
No, it's not actually poison.
It's
It's
an
just
ooze monster.
an irritant.
Yeah.
Roll initiative,
Should be
fight
fine.
syrup.
It's not
Grandma
poison.
says
it's
it should be
made of
fine.
poison.
But no, Wednesday answers you world domination.
I'll eat the pancakes. I won't eat the syrup. I've had enough irritants in my life.
Yeah, if you met
Sorry,
the
I'm
party.
gonna be around a little while longer.
I wasn't talking about you.
Nah, that's definitely towards treatment.
So
No.
what are you doing, Camilla?
I'm still standing back away from the table.
Standing suspiciously near the stairs.
You guys suddenly hear as everyone else gathers around, suddenly hear a click, and an explosion happens from the center of the stacks of pancakes. Pancakes fly everywhere. And you guys are just covered in pancakes and syrup now. As you hear Pugsley and Wednesday go, yes! High five.
So
Darius is just going to be laughing.
I would like to make a dexterity check to try and catch a pancake as it goes flying off the stack to put it on my plate.
Feel free.
Can I do that
Okay.
too? I want to do
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna fail, but I want to do that.
Feel free. 100%.
I did
I got a
21. I
13.
actually might succeed.
Yeah. You catch a pancake.
Am I far enough away not to be hit by a pile of pancakes?
Yes. Car, what was your roll?
I got a 13. So I'm sure I caught a pancake with my face.
Yeah, 100%. And it kind of slides down. So you have a little bit of the oozy syrup on your face still.
Lovely. I'm just going to pick it up off my lap and take a bite out of it before I fling it over at Wednesday and Pugsley.
Go ahead and give me a just give me an attack roll, an improvised weapon attack roll.
Okay. That is... Because it's ranged, it would just be a dex roll, correct?
Correct.
Alright. So, a 19.
Nice. You fling it, and it just plants Wednesday in the face. You see it slide down, and her face goes from like mischievous to murderous intent.
Now I'm giggling.
And I'm sticking my tongue out.
You see her eyes go completely black. She goes, "That tongue will be mounted upon my wall."
Maybe one day. But first, you gotta be able to get it.
You see Morticia walks in. No fighting at the table in the first thing in the morning. Save that for lunch. You see your mother kind of brushes herself off. A little chaos in the morning never hurt anyone, cousin Morticia. Nah, but it is great for wake up. You see the kids kind of run back upstairs. Kitty kind of comes down and just starts eating up all the pancakes that fell to the floor as the zombies are kind of trying to clean it up, and Kitty's just like, mine. But as you guys finish eating breakfast, Helena comes over. So you are headed, I assume, to the council building.
That is correct.
Well, I'm headed the same way. I will take you there. I have some form of diplomatic pull, so hopefully we can get in.
I'll hand Carr the letter, and I'm also gonna hand him a couple of pieces of paper of my own. And I'm just gonna remind him to make it so he doesn't remember what I look like.
Absolutely. Mother, how far is this walk?
I believe your father's pulling around the carriage.
Very well. In that case, I'm gonna go ahead and turn around and use encode thoughts to pull the memories from my head of all the times that I have interacted with T, and I'm just going to kind of take the the ribbons that are sitting in my hand, and I'll say, in these contain a lot of my memories. Be careful not to lose them. And I'll just kind of set them on the edge of the table before walking out of the room.
So, I need you to give me an intelligence saving throw.
Sure thing. 18.
18. You successfully kind of weave your way around where, like, you still remember your mission and kind of who hired you and stuff, but kind of like weaving your way around your memories of tea.
Okay.
Is anyone joining Carr on this journey?
Please tell me yes, otherwise he's gonna try to open the letter.
I would like to if nobody else is, and I don't know how other people feel about it.
Well, I'd go too.
Yeah, I listen. I don't know much about the council guys, but I feel like we shouldn't just send our one guy in.
And
Yeah,
I no
I
longer
would.
remember anything to provide a valid argument.
If someone can go with him, so he doesn't open the letter, that'd be great.
I could do that. Yeah. I don't really know how that'll work with me not remembering you or anything like that.
It's just a safety measure.
Alright, I can be his god. How about that? Maybe I'll just be quiet and just make sure he doesn't get killed. Doesn't do anything stupid.
Good call.
Alright, I could do that. Yeah.
So, Kay, I'm assuming you're staying.
Yep. You ain't going there.
Darius,
Is not paying attention to their conversation whatsoever.
got it. Creek,
Checks out.
Shriek is intently looking at Kay, definitely not going.
all right. So, the rest of you, I will have plans for you in a little while. The three of
Because
you
you don't
going.
have them yet.
Correct. The three of you that are going, you see a very long, almost hearse-like carriage pull forward. The large armored individual at the front. You see one of the individuals that was with the procession opens the door for Helena, who steps in and then motions for you all to join her.
I'll follow right behind her.
I will get in. Wait, is there a back bench on the carriage?
Yes.
I'm going to sit there.
All right.
Is there room in the carriage, or?
Yes, there is very clearly room. It is very
I will-
long. It's a hearse.
I'm gonna step in and just kind of say to Carr, oh, God, what the fuck is your family guy like? What is I've been chill about this, but what the fuck is this?
I mean, this is pretty normal.
I don't think this is
What-
very normal for like the average everyday guy. Where the fuck is this normal? Kindly, I no offense to your culture or anything like that. Just I'm very confused.
We're from the Forsaken. This is very reasonable, and if anything, it's the only way to actually live in a respectful manner. You have all of your family and friends. You give them the opportunity to continue working and supporting their people even after they're dead. We survive off of a lot of magic and sometimes magical food, doesn't like being eaten. We have to. It's a tough survival, but it's what we're used to. This is our normal.
The dark and macabre is not always well understood by those individuals who have become used to the light. When you are put into a position of always being seen as the villain, sometimes you play the part.
And sometimes you have a lot of fun doing it because it is fun.
I mean, you saw my family. They are eccentric at best, but we are that. We are family.
Hey, yeah, no, I'm not trying to. No offense to your family or anything like that. Everyone's different. It's just, boy, howdy, I've never seen anything like that shit. You guys go pretty odd.
That's just a. So, I mean, knowing my cousins, that's a lot of their everyday life. But for me, it's more of like a celebration, like a family reunion. It's usually not that high energy because we don't have enough to spare where we're from. Every ounce of sweat and effort goes into surviving until tomorrow.
But that's why Cousin Gomez came here. To, one, be an advocate for our people and our way of life, and because it was a little more rewarding. He's actually very, very wealthy. So if you're ever looking for anything, you might have to spar him for it, though. He's very well known with his rapier, and I would not consider fighting him unless you're ready to take on that challenge. He very much loves it.
Interesting.
Yeah, you could
He's
say he's
thought
a
about it, not gonna
regular
lie.
swashbuckler.
But you guys continue through the city. Camilla, give me a perception check.
And my owl, too.
Correctamundo.
I got a 24.
Right. So as
My
you're kind
owl got a 17.
so as you're kind of going through, you start to notice very much the parts of the city, while harmonious, you can kind of tell the different areas from the different regions, especially from the four you've been mainly to. You can kind of recognize them quite easily. But as you get closer to the center, the cities kind of, or the buildings kind of go into a more monochromatic styling. Very much a sandy kind of topaz look. And you see a very large, almost borderline pyramid uh, as you guys start to come up to it. You see a couple other carriages stop and individuals getting out of them and heading up the pyramid as you guys stop. You see the tall, armored individual opens the door for you all. See Helena kind of motions for you two to leave.
So I will step out first and kind of hop down before looking around, kind of like I wonder where specifically we are because I've never been here before. So like obviously I know we're at the council, but also just kind of trying to take in the scenery, you know?
It feels very almost Aztec in styling. Like the buildings are very much stone, but also you notice the doorways themselves appear to be topaz. Like literally the precious gem topaz are the doorways. But
Jeez.
there are no doors.
That
I
sounds
climbed down
like
off the
a
back of
fucking
the
baller.
Well, guys, I'll be waiting out here for you.
You're not coming in?
Oh no.
Alright, fair enough, fair enough.
Was there any other accompaniment, or was it just Damascus traveling with us?
There is another footman that was sitting up at the front that kind of gets down. Very similar, sunken in face, very scrawny. Very, very much your home.
Yeah.
He
So
kind of
I'll
helps
just
your mother out and proceeds to head in quickly and pull out a chest, a small chest.
All right. So I suppose, Camilla, if you're waiting outside, just do be careful. After all, I understand your reasons for being nervous, and there won't be anyone to protect you here.
I will stay right here, and you guys can just meet back up with me when you come back out.
Very well.
If you don't see me here, something's happened to me, and I definitely need help. Or I've gone to the bathroom.
Great, excellent
Okay.
comparison.
So we will first mount a rescue mission to the bathroom, and then if that doesn't work,
Elsewhere.
we'll wander around aimlessly. Excellent plan.
Awesome. Sounds like a plan.
All right. So
with that, I suppose we'll head inside.
As you guys start heading up, you see a very large minotaur, scars all across his body. Kind of look over at your mother, kind of then eye you quickly, V.
I give him like the chest puff, like a face out, like, yeah, what you want?
As you do that, he kind of bangs against his chest and goes, "There's a man who knows what he's talking about."
I sneer at him, but I give him a slight smirk.
You ever want a real fucking fight? Come find me in Busta. He kind of gives you like, you really want to get fucked up? Come fight me.
My grin grows. Like this guy.
You then see a fairy kind of come up and smack him upside the head. Let's go. And then he kind of looks over at Helena. I hope you know what you're doing here. Kind of heads up and in. As you guys head up to the top, you let me double check something, just because I need to remember that I'm doing this one right. Fizz bands.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
An elder brain dragon appears.
Never.
How come no one ever sees the stuff that I type on the, like, it's not showing up on your map?
I see Busta Rhymes.
Oh, but it's not.
That was Cyrus. That was a haunted.
Wait, that's good.
That wasn't Cyrus.
No, that's a good joke. Did you? Oh, that's very good. Thank you.
Yes, anytime.
Cyrus will remember this.
You guys feel almost a. This includes you, Camilla. A calmness, a complacency, almost a laziness come over you as you head up the stairs. Okay. But as you get closer to the top, you see a large round table, and then surrounding it, a large topaz dragon, kind of sleeping, one eye partially open, kind of watching the procession without doing much.
I am so excited. You can tell by the inflection in my voice.
I mean,
Hoorah.
Exactly.
one sec, I need to make sure I have the correct things here.
As a note, while Brian's doing this, V is probably just looking in amazement at the utter like majesty of this place when he's not like actively being talked to.
Yeah, it is. It's like if you've ever seen any of the like Aztec like temples at the top of the pyramids, or what they're expected to have looked like when they were in their prime. This is what you're standing atop of. And the large round table you see is sectioned off into the 12 colors of the dragons, with one without a seat. Which your mother immediately goes and stands at that place on the table. Which kind of, as you guys look around the table, let me explain who is here. So you see at the purple section is an Eladrin. She kind of seems to be playing with her hair, only half paying attention. V, I need you to give me a history check quick.
History?
Dun, dun, dun.
It doesn't perchance involve Fey Celestials.
Does not.
11.
Blood Hunter Hope.
As you look over at the individual at the black section, for Clea score, you get an inkling you know this individual, but it's hard to tell because he looks very altered, as if he's messed with his appearance in some way. He's very like stitched up, almost looks like he's been modifying himself.
Okay.
At the white position, you see a very tall human man, mustache, and a black top hat, kind of leaned in kind of deep. You see at the blue a female dwarf has schematics out as she's leaning over towards the individual at the sapphire section, which is a kind of darker skinned human. Seem to be kind of going over plans.
Nefarious plans.
You see in the pink section, the Moonstone Dragons, a satyr kind of appears to be already very heavily drinking. You see a short individual whose appearance seems to be constantly changing, sitting at the green position. The Minotaur sitting at the red with his axe kind of already in the table, where you see a ton of other gashes where he's obviously done this before. A Dragonborn sitting at one head of the table at the gold. The Warforged you guys are looking for at the other end of the table, kind of closer to you guys. Then you see a fairy kind of looping around. Your mother kind of goes to the position of the Where did you go? Come on. I have it written down. Where is it? You see she sits in the place of the copper placement. You see immediately the Dragonborn addresses her. What cause do you have to be here? We have not called for the Forsaken to be here. Your mother goes, well, good thing for you. I am taking my place. And the murmurings immediately start. People arguing. I have proof. I have finally brought it here as we believe it is our right to have a word at this council, not just when you all see fit that my people have a word. Uh, you see, they bring forward the chest. She unlocks it. Car, you recognize this as direct draconic energy. You see it fills the room. And very much it goes from initially a copper to a blackish green swirling energy. Our dragon lives. Attends is alive. In an afterlife form, but he lives. And with that being said, I claim our place at the council. Everyone immediately starts arguing once again. The Warforged gets up and begins to walk away.
Hey, hey, listen, I know that was like a big dramatic thing, and that's great for you guys, but you want me to like run over and give the letter to that guy?
I think it would be best that I speak to him directly. However, I feel that this may be an inopportune moment. I'm just worried about causing an incident with tempers being up and the like. If you think you can negotiate it tactfully, then certainly.
What then to negotiate? I'm handing the guy a letter and walking away. There's not too much to it, is there?
I mean, it depends on the contents of the letter, doesn't it?
Is he gonna open it right in front of me? Like,
you never know, but do you want your face to be the one that he associates with the message in there if it is bad news or a threat or God knows what?
I think it's better my face than the face of the son of one of the leaders now.
Well, then at least he would know that he can't do anything to make me disappear without severe retribution.
Fair enough, you got me. Okay, I'll wait. I'll just fold my arms and watch, as I was doing.
You see the Warforged begin to head out as arguing continues. After about 20 minutes, tempers seem to kind of calm down. Camilla, you see the Warforged start to walk out.
I think Camilla went to the bathroom.
Oh
no, I'm still here.
Oh.
We need to mount a rescue party.
That was a good joke.
You guys haven't come out yet. As far as I'm aware, you gave him the letter.
That's fair enough.
Give me a perception check, Camilla. 13? You can kind of clock. Okay, sorry. Thank you. You see that you can kind of clock where they seem to be heading.
This is a visual thing?
Yes.
Okay, my owl's checking too. Didn't help.
Yeah, you kind of watch the direction they're heading. They're heading northeast or west.
As soon as I see them coming back out of the building, I cast a message to Carr. So did you give him the letter?
Tensions flared, and it seemed like in the middle of chaos was a bad time to complete that mission. Perchance, did you see where he went?
That way.
Then that way we will go.
If you think that it's a problem, like giving him a letter with your face attached to it, you know I can change my face.
Yes, but I also know that you don't want to be put into uncomfortable situations where you could be exposed. I'll do this. I just
You just
we
need
just
the
have to find
timing
him
to
now.
be right.
Well, I feel like this message could be of some measure of uh importance that, you know, if it is if follow-up is required, I'd like to do it in a place that's not so densely populated. I was hoping to catch his attention and draw him away after the meeting had concluded, but that didn't work out.
Do either of you have locate object?
Yeah, totally, 100%.
I believe it. No, I don't. I'm not familiar with that spell.
Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna get away with locate animals or plants against a warforged. So I send
Hmm.
my owl off in the direction that he went in.
Give me a perception check at disadvantage.
Which is a normal perception check from my owl. 8. I'm looking through its eyes. No, that's just an 8.
So, you don't specifically know where it is, as you don't see it, but you do see a very ornate building in that direction.
The last time I walked
That
into a
seems
random
heavily
building in
guarded.
one of your campaigns, I got attacked by people that weren't even after me. So,
It seems heavily guarded.
The last time I flew into a heavily guarded building, I was shot 3 times. Let's do it.
we see a building up this way. He may have gone into.
I mean, he is a political figure. It's possible that he would be either visiting a fancy estate or may have one himself in the area.
Wish I was able to find those goggles of locate object.
Well,
The irony.
that is kind of ironic.
Let's head over that way, and if we run into them, then that's good. If we don't run into them, then try again tomorrow.
Yes, there's nothing that says that we have a specific deadline to deliver this letter by. We could conceivably take as long as we wished.
All right.
So yeah, I'm in support of this idea. We can do our best to find him now, and if, you know, another hour or 2 rolls by and we're unsuccessful, we can just head home.
I would like to go off in the direction that the Warforged went in, keeping an eye out for where he might be.
All right. So
I'm
you got
going to wait outside the whatever word is called outside of the council building in the hopes that things will conclude within, or at least take a break for a little while, and perhaps I can ask one of the other council members where he may be staying in town.
all right. V, what are you doing?
I'm. What?
Sorry, no, my phone.
You're good. I might.
professional.
I'm probably following Kaz lead. On this, I don't think there's a whole lot to do. V's in a little bit of a minor shock considering Car's parents kind of just brought back a god, essentially.
Oh,
Right?
no one said we brought him back, just that he's alive.
The
Been alive as long as
revelation
I
more
know.
so.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like, though. So
Yeah, that's fair.
he's in a little bit of shock, but he still knows what needs to be done. So just going with it for now. He's gonna deal with the shock after.
All right. So Camilla, you start to head towards the building. You see it is.
As I'm
Go ahead.
as I'm traveling that way, I'm gonna step off to the side, like into the beginnings of an alleyway or like anywhere that I won't be seen very well, and I'm going to shape change into a powder blue tiefling.
All right.
That sounds adorable.
And then I'm going to step back out and continue going in that direction.
All right. So you see this very large uh, building. Its architectural style kind of stands out as very different to its surroundings. You see quite a few guards on the outside. One of them kind of eyes you.
Hello.
Hello.
I was looking for a warforged that was heading this way.
Are you looking
I'm
for
a ma-
speaker?
I'm working with a mail delivery service, and we were supposed to be delivering a letter to the council chamber, and then to be honest, he just fucked off. And
Let me see what I can find out for you. Said you're
okay,
delivering something for him?
yep, it was just a letter from overseas.
Do you mind? And he kind of taps the side of his head.
Oh, if you want to communicate telepathically, you are welcome to.
More so looking for ill intent.
Oh, okay.
Kind of, you see his eyes go white as he kind of probes into your mind. Not a problem. I'll go have someone bring speaker out. I assume you have the letter prepared?
I will in just a moment. I send my owl back. They see me unsuspend my owl and then send it off. It's going to fly to V.
I think we're outside.
Yeah, we're,
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
we are
standing
outside.
outside.
Yeah. Okay.
and it's going to sort of flutter in front of them and try to get them to follow it.
Think this is a sign?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a clear indication that either Camilla needs help or Camilla found him. In either case, we should probably follow.
Yeah, I suppose. Did we check the bathrooms to be safe?
I'm sure the owl will lead us to the proper bathroom.
I suppose that's fair enough. All right, let's go.
And the owl leads you to the toilets. No, the owl leads you directly to me.
We're gonna shock and awe a porta potty and then proceed to spelunk into the cave system beneath. All right. Yeah. So we would.
The owl
arrive
leads you
shortly
to
after.
a powder blue tiefling wearing my clothes.
I would just smile and say, "Oh my, I didn't know you felt that way about me." Obviously, 1,000% facetious, as I am neither blue nor, you know, conventionally attractive.
I use message. Just refer to me as Sky until I turn back into myself, please and thank you.
Of course, Sky. I say out loud, rolling my eyes.
You
We're
guys. Go
We're
ahead.
just waiting for the guard to come back out. He's going to get speaker so we can deliver the letter.
You guys see a very large warforged kind of walk out. Its hands literally clasped together. And you see
Like in
it's welded
in
together.
oh my, okay. But I'm asking like in a form of prayer or in I'm
More
just
like
curious about the
arms
configuration.
crossed.
Okay. Sure thing. And this is the one that I recognize from the
The
council?
council, yes.
Okay.
So he looks perpetually judgmental.
Oh yeah.
Or disappointed. I'm feeling disappointed.
That would explain why he left so quickly.
You see as he gets closer, his mouth opens, and instead of like a regular voice coming out, you see a speaker. And you hear a feminine voice. Yes, you wanted to deliver something to us?
I'm going to produce the leather from within my robes and say, yes, I have a letter here. It was requested that I deliver it to you personally. I'm just not privy to the contents of the letter, so I can provide any clarification that you need, but I can't promise I will have all of the answers.
You see,
And I'm going to go ahead and like hold it out before realizing that they literally cannot take the letter from me.
as you
And then
do that, you see the metal heats. Its arms come unclasped. Kind of outstretches its hands for a moment as they start to cool, and it leans out towards you with its
I
hands
will
outstretched.
I'll go ahead and place the letter in their hand, but still kind of like holding it in on the other end. Is there anybody around, or is it just the speaker and us three?
The speaker,
The
you three,
guard.
and the two guards.
The two guards. Okay, so I'm just gonna say, keep in mind the origin of this letter may not be the most tasteful of company before I let it go.
You see the mouth opens again. We will see what is inside. They kind of pinch their fingers around it and start to pull on it, seeing if you'll let go.
Yeah, I go ahead and release.
You see, they extend one of their fingers, it sharpens, and they cut the seal and open it. You see the eyes go from this black to a white, as if it's projecting something. Well, this isn't something to do. You see, they start to fold the letter, place it inside. Thank you. This will be very useful.
I give a curt nod before taking a step back. Well, I feel we've completed our mission, and hopefully nothing terrible comes of it. But now that we have completed it, we have two reasons to return to what is this? Jubilant?
Daisu.
Or yeah, Daisu's the continent, right? Yeah.
Daisu's the
Guys,
city.
use the city.
No, oh, well, I was referring to the continent as a whole. I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry.
I'd have to double check. It's in my notes.
Yeah,
Jubileum?
because
No, the
'cause we
continent
have-
is the overall thing, which is
Oh.
yeah, we've got one reason to return to Jubileum and one to return to Aclea.
Uzira. Uzira is the continent.
Okay. Yeah, now we have two reasons to return to Azira.
Is there anything else? Would you like us to return a message? to the original sender.
They kind of
Or
turn back to you. Their mouth opens once again. I do not think that will be necessary. If anything, we may need to bring the sender, whoever they are, in for the trial.
well, perhaps you could provide us with an official letter of summons, or at least something with your official seal, so as to prove that we did, in fact, deliver the letter to you directly.
That can be arranged. You see, they literally rip open their chest, place their hand in, pull out a piece of paper, press their hand against it, and words begin to appear. They fold it, place their hand back into their chest. You see a clear stamp, and they stamp it in ink with a ornate S on it and hand it to you.
Thank you kindly. I'm gonna tuck it away and turn, making my way back towards the council building. Oh, thanks for the reminder. I guess we would have to prove that we did the job and didn't just throw the letter away.
I just kind of figured he'd just have spies that were keeping track of us.
Yeah, I like to think that whatever's in that letter is not going to be something we need to prove. If he's charging this much for it, then that better be international news by tomorrow.
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm just used to being suspected of being a liar and a cheat.
Well, thank you for your time. And
Of
we're
course.
going to go now.
They seem to have nothing further to say to you all.
All right.
So, yeah, we just go back
It's
to... Did we want to go
the
back
carriage.
to the... I thought we wanted to go back to the council building.
Yeah, the
We
carriage is at the council building. That's where they stopped, so I imagine the carriage is stowed somewhere in the adjacent vicinity.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we could go into the council building proper, but we wouldn't have much to do except, watch my mother take her rightful place as a speaker for the Forsaken, and watch all the others that refuse to accept the truth and understand that our ways of living are just a little different from theirs.
I'd say that sounds super interesting and totally something that I want to sit through.
But you'd be lying?
I think I'd rather just go to a pub.
Something I can agree with.
Very well.
Are we allowed to just walk out of here, though?
Why not?
We're
It's not like
standing
you're
out in the
prisoners.
street. Nobody's stopping us.
Ah, that just felt very fancy and official how we got here. I didn't feel like we could just walk out like it was we owned the joint.
Thank you for your time. I bow to them.
The guards kind of give a quick head nod. Speaker already is heading into the building, paying you no more mind.
Yep.
So, how long was the carriage ride to the council building?
About 20 minutes.
Okay, and so would you say that's 3 times normal walking speed or whatever, or is that...
Yeah.
Okay. So my main concern is the time ticking away on my memories that I remember removing and placing on a table, and I know I only have a certain amount of time to put them back before they disintegrate. So
How long do you have?
it's 8 hours, but
We could start heading back right now, and while we're passing the council building, I'll just shoot a message to your mother telling her that we're just going to head back to the house.
I mean, that would be fine by me, but I would hate to interrupt your guys' night of merriment. I can go back alone if you prefer.
No, I think it's best that we all go back together. And I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that Gomez is going to have some pretty top shelf stuff back at the house.
Oh, for
Pretty
certain.
sure.
We have a strong drink the likes you've probably never even heard of.
Will it kill me and then you'll have to resurrect me?
No, it will kill you and resurrect you all on its own.
Sounds like some pretty potent stuff. Let's go.
All right. So I suppose we are now starting the walk home.
All right. So as you guys head home, the rest of you that are staying at the Adams Mansion,
Yes.
are any of you planning to leave and go explore at all?
No.
It's a nopers.
They're all terrified. I don't want
No.
to do anything.
Absolutely not.
Cool.
I will be arrested on sight. No.
I'm
Meanwhile-
busy protecting people,
Sure.
so no.
They're all playing catch with the memories.
So just so you're aware
Jeez.
of the physics of this, the memories are basically like a thin ribbon that they float gently, but if you like throw them or whatever, they quickly lose their momentum and just kind of stop floating in midair.
So no catch is what you're saying.
Cool.
I mean, you could play catch, but it would be better for juggling.
Ah, gotcha. Understood.
So because I have a bad feeling, Therius, what are you doing?
Oh, no.
I'm gonna go ask the kids if I can help them with any mischief.
Oh lord.
I mean, I plan to try to behead Pugsley if you'd like to join.
Sounds like fun.
Good. Can you knock him out? It's harder than
Of course.
dragging him up the stairs. I'm assuming you're gonna cast sleep?
I'm gonna cast sleep.
Yep, you cast your spell, knock him out cold. He goes, "Conk." You guys just watch as he kind of goes from like laughing with everybody to go, conk. And you see Wednesday kind of looks at you all, puts her finger to her lips, starts dragging him up the stairs with by his feet, so you hear the thud, thud,
Thud.
thud, thud, as he goes up the stairs.
There he is, just floating behind, or flying behind.
You see Gomez wakes up. Long evening. Would you guys like a sparring match? Kind of looks over at you first, Drake. You look like someone who enjoys a good spar. No?
What kind of weapon are you planning on using?
You see he pulls out his fencing rapier. I have one for you.
I use rapiers. I gotta
I
try
mean, you could use it.
Yeah, you just don't get the proficiency bonus.
I'm not proficient in rapiers. Oh boy. He'll shrug and say, "Nothing else to do? Sure, let's do this."
You see he reaches up, or reaches behind him with the rapier and plucks one down, and it falls directly into your hands. Have at thee,
Ooh.
young man.
Oh boy, let's go.
Alright, give me an attack roll.
Okay.
Random
18.
Natural 20.
So on your first riposte, you he kind of like starts to toy with you at first, but you immediately go in and poke him directly in the chest, and you see just a little spot of blood comes out that quickly then comes back over.
Uh-oh.
Ah, a man of good taste.
Uh-oh.
And he flourishes a little bit Now we shall really go. Give me
Uh-oh.
another
I'm
roll.
fucked. That's a 5.
This time he kind of like disarms you quickly. A little bit of blood comes about your hand, but oddly, it quickly starts to heal itself.
Interesting. Okay.
Point for me. Point for you. And he says, "Pick it up. We're not done."
I'll definitely pick it up. If I'm in no worried of being knocked out, this is fun for me. Let's go.
Give me your last roll.
That's a 7. He definitely won.
You see this time he literally twirls it around, flings it to the air, and then slices your throat. And for a second you're go, and then it quickly heals, and you're like, oh.
Ryan, would you say I go unconscious for a split second?
More of like you like get into a panic state.
Okay. Okay. Good to
Where
know.
you
That's
can't breathe.
important. That's important. That's important to know.
You go into a panic state where you can't breathe for a moment, and then your breath immediately comes back to you, and it feels weird.
You just briefly start drowning in your own blood, but it's okay.
K
'cause you
and
got
T,
better.
you watch this happen. And then you hear from the greenhouse, "Darling, are you using the proper weaponry?" "Of course, my dear." He's not dead.
Yeah.
Or Tariq, you kind of feel your throat, and like there's not even scarring or anything.
Interesting. Okay.
Old family trick. Good for torture.
Sounds like it. Shall we keep going, or do you want to stop?
Oh, that is up to you, my dear boy.
I'm definitely gonna keep going.
Right, so you guys spend a little while just sparring back and forth. Kay, what are you doing during all this?
He's writing his notes. He's in his own world.
You see, the old woman you know as Grandmama kind of comes up. "You're putting in the wrong equation."
Do you understand this language?
I mean, most of it.
It's been a while since I've met someone who speaks Primordial, or at least reads it.
It's language is language. Come on, I'll show you my books. And she immediately like puts her arm around yours, and she's like much shorter than you, and kind of leads you away. "It's been a while since I had a strong young man in my studies."
I wouldn't consider myself young, to be honest.
As this is all happening, T, you're just watching this all happen.
Do I see that happen with my passive perception of 22?
Yes, perception.
Yes.
I need an active perception check because you
Yeah.
are sparring.
You are focused on the
That
combat.
is fair. That is a 15.
Yeah, you see Kay kind of heading in towards the kitchen area with the older woman who was serving you food with her arm like kind of wrapped around his.
Guess I'm next on the menu.
Brown chicka brown wow.
Hold on. Just give me a second. Never mind. Let's keep going.
Alright, so you continue sparring. T, the hostess of the house comes out to you. "You look lonely, dear."
It's nothing new for me.
"Well, if you would like, I do have some flowers to tend to. I don't know if you are a fan of man-eating plants."
What, eating plants?
Man-eating.
Now, where would you have got those?
Special breeding.
Oh. I'll follow her if she's extending the invitation.
They have a fondness for green pipes.
Uh,
Oh dear.
you enter in and you see this large, almost Venus flytrap, but with large teeth.
I just want to say I'm currently imagining the Little Shop of Horrors plant.
I mean, pretty similar. Around you see hemlock, poison ivy, wolfsbane that you would recognize from V bringing it up before. But you see she comes up to this large plant. Oh, Cleopatra! And she hands you a large, appears to be a ram leg. She hands it to you. If you would like to feed her.
I will carefully feed Cleopatra.
You see the plant like goes almost to your fingertips, but very purposefully avoids them and literally rips the meat off the bone. So you're just holding the hoof and the rest of the bone. She's so
just gonna look
good.
on, like, what the fuck is this? But this is also wicked fucking cool.
She's well trained. Selective breeding is great in plants. Humans, not so much. I mean, breed all you can, as my husband would say.
Breeding isn't always the answer for humans.
No, but it is the Adams way. We have so many cousins.
I see.
Therius, you're upstairs with the kids, and she is actively putting Pugsley into an electric chair as he's unconscious. How many volts do you think before I fry his brain? If there is one.
Why not just choose all of it at once?
That is a good point. Let's try that. You see, she cranks it, and for a brief moment, you see Pugsley kind of jolts. You see his skeleton, very cartoony because of course it's the Adams. Of course, it's cartoony. Then you see he kind of wakes up abruptly. Woo! And you see smoke come out of his mouth as he says that. That was spicy. You see Uncle Fester pops out of his head. Hey, if you're gonna use my electric chair, at least ask me first. I call next. And you see he literally rips Pugsley out and puts it on himself. Crank it! And you see she kind of looks at you, Therius. Would you like a go? I don't know if you could.
I don't think I could pull it.
Give me a strength check.
Great. You can do this.
It's gonna go lovely.
Do it!
Natural one.
Of course.
You
Oh,
try
How it's meant
to
to be.
move it, and it does not go. So Wednesday kind of puts her hand over you and pushes it along, so you get kind of a little bit crushed as she moves it forward. There, you did it. Good job. As you see Uncle Fester with his light bulb in his mouth kind of lights up. This is amazing! And to answer your question, no, Sam. He is very good about not aiming for vitals.
Okay. That's all I wanted to ask.
But
Good to
the
know.
rest of you arrive back at the Adams house after shenanigans throughout the day.
Shenanigans.
Wait, was there somebody I forgot? I feel like there's... Oh, Kay! Kay. You were being silent, Liz. I almost forgot about you. You probably wanted
worry,
me to.
Continue.
No. I need you
Skip
to
it.
give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence check. I can do those. It could have been better. That's a 12 total.
You see as Grandmama brings you into the kitchen, the back wall is just lined with books in a variety of languages. The languages you speak, you see some very odd titles, such as The Witch's Way to cooking children, uh, the planes and how to find them, and a couple other very odd ones that kind of make you go, am I safe? Or is she eccentric?
He's more interested than anything. He's not concerned about safety, to be honest.
You see she immediately starts pulling out books and kind of giving you small lessons on potions, which for you is a little weird. Because it's like, you're usually the one giving advice. And this doesn't seem like natural magics, is how I'm going to put it. Like, this doesn't seem from study or anything. This seems only from practice and tradition. Which feels very weird for you, because yours has always been experimental and only testing when you've kind of figured out the equations. So to see that a lot of the notes are like, hey, this failed in this way, but caused this reaction, is kind of like, whoa. It's a bit overwhelming for you mentally at first. But the rest of you arrive. You see the hijinks ensuing. You walk in to see Treek fencing with Gomez.
I would go up to Treek. And hey, can I try?
Oh, of course. And I'll toss him the rape. I'll toss Camilo the rape spear. Go right ahead.
Give me 3 attack rolls.
Enhanceability on myself.
But
Cheating for the friendly duel, I see.
that's gonna go over so well.
Enhanceabilities is not cheating. $25.
Okay. So the first one, you kind of poke him and he goes, oh, that's how we're doing this. You see he leans over to the bar, takes a quick shot. Now I'm ready.
You've triggered the Addams family effects.
What's your second roll?
23.
I rolled a natural 20 because he now has advantage. He kind of disarms you and pokes you straight through the throat, and for a second and as he pulls out for a second, you're like, and then it heals up immediately and feels very weird for you. Like, the fuck just happened?
If you look at Treek, he'll just give a small smirk and go, you'll get used to it.
Oh no, that was really neat.
And then for your third roll.
25.
And then you slash him across the chest. Blood goes everywhere and quickly heals. Ha! A good fight, my friend. Now, we drink! And he immediately goes behind the bar and starts mixing drinks for everyone. You see Morticia comes out. She gives you, T, a bundle of rose stems. No roses, just the stems. Because if I gave you anything else, it would be wrong.
Yeah.
So
She's just gonna kind of look at it confused, but accepts them.
Adam's tradition, my dear. Let us drink. I believe my husband has a very old wine, is what we'll call it.
You have very good hearing.
Him at the bar.
My husband's very loud. You see, Thing immediately, as Morticia enters in, has a glass prepared for her. Thank you, Thing. Lurch comes up to the room you're in, Therius, picks up both the kids. Bedtime. And Pugsley immediately goes, wait, no! And you see Lurch throws them to either wall, and a panel just starts flipping as they fall through them. And Fester goes, ooh, my turn! Gomez would like you downstairs. You see Lurch kind of picks him up, tosses him up into the ceiling, and you see a panel flies around as he goes and disappears as well. And then you all see as Fester falls onto the bar. Uncle Fester! And Gomez immediately starts pouring booze down his gullet. He's so much more fun when he's drunk.
So, whose uncle is he?
He's somebody. Fester looks at you. I'm somebody's uncle.
I had to do it. I'm sorry.
I was waiting on somebody to do it. If you don't get the joke, it's because Fester is canonically changes whose uncle he is consistently. Which is great. Because depending on which canon, I believe in the original TV show, he's Fester's brother. Or no, in the original TV show, in the original TV show, he's Morticia's uncle. In the movies, he's Gomez's brother. I think that applies
Live action TV, he is Morticia's uncle.
Because he's a
And then in the cartoon, we have no idea.
Which is weird. Yeah, the newest one, they don't actually say.
You know the worst part about that is that he could be Morticia's uncle and also
Fester's brother. Or Gomez's brother. Yeah, we're not touching that. Not doing that.
Technically speaking, both can be true.
Both can be. We're going with no. But yeah, so you guys spend a wonderful night drinking with the Adams. Helena comes back late into the evening, seeming very exhausted. Takes a glass and heads up to her room, kind of nodding at all of you as she heads up. Anything else you guys would like to do as you're drinking to pass the evening?
I mean, Darius is gonna fly down. Considering everyone else in the room he was in got yeeted.
Oh yeah, I mean, Lurch doesn't know where to throw you, and would be afraid to squish you, literally.
Yeah.
Which, let's be real, is valid.
It's true.
I mean, he is like 100 times your size.
Yeah.
But if there's nothing else you guys would like to do for the evening, you guys have a nice little party with the Adams. And we will start next session with you guys having a level up now.
Oh shit! I can wild shape now? Fuck yeah.
But yes, next episode we will deal with the ramifications of you guys completing your quest. But with your quest, you do get to level up now. Yay!
Yay.
This is going to cause so much chaos, and I love it.
Any further questions, message me on Discord, because I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna yeet as soon as I end stream. Alright, but night everyone, thank you for joining us as always. I will see you guys tomorrow, technically, Dead by Daylight, if the dummies would like to join us. Yeah.
I finally get Mantle of Majesty. I'm so fucking happy.
And then otherwise, I don't have another stream until I think Saturday. So I will see you guys then. Night, everybody.